Hello, #VersTEAv family, and welcome. It's week 186. I'm Aaron Mack, and I will pass it on to our good friend, Basic Complexity, who will get us going with the songs for the week. Basic Complexity, take it away, my friend.
I write name. This is Basic Complexity, aka Kevin, whichever one you want to use. Alright, so as far as the songs for the week, this week I'm gonna start off with a somewhat fairly newer song, and the song is called Drip, and it's by multiple British rappers, including the extremely attractive, at least to me, Tiny Temper. The song is just the jam, and that's really just it. It just hits.
I didn't realize. Sorry.
No, good.
I didn't realize Tiny Temper was still making new music. And it's not that he's old, he's actually younger than both of us.
No, right.
But I'm happy to hear that he's still by himself. Yes, Tiny Temper. All right.
You haven't
I know
seen
that's
the
right.
video?
No. Nope. Oh, well. I'm just. It's okay. It's okay.
It's
I
on
will.
YouTube.
And I probably will check it out. But let me go ahead and get into this new song of mine. My newest song is actually relatively brand spanking new. It is, and I am genuinely a fan of this woman. It is none other than, and this came out 2022, none other than the Chloe of Chloe and Halle with her song Surprise. And in the lyric, she sings, Surprise, slip my panties to the side. And it's like, so yeah, that's really explicit to say the least. But, and because I spent so much of my younger days like trying to be heterosexual when I was confused, y'all. I'm better now. But I would always make songs work, lyrics work for a hetero man, even when I was singing it from a woman. But now being more comfortable, oh, you know what I probably would have said, trying to be a anyway. But yeah, what I say now is living in my truth. My way of doing the lyric is a surprise, slip them boxes to the side. And it's like, yeah, put your boxes to the side because that's a thing. And I remember an event that I went to earlier in the year. There was this one, it was probably a mostly, not probably, it was a mostly heterosexual event, including me and the person I was with. But it was a heterosexual event, but I am a leg man, and I can acknowledge the beauty of somebody, even though I'm not like lusting after them, like, oh, I want to have you in the bedroom. No, but I can acknowledge the beauty of some legs. And this one dude was wearing hooping shorts, and I remember in my mind I would keep reciting the lyric. I was like, surprise, slip them hoop shorts to the side. Anyway, basically, all right.
Alright. Alright.
What can I
Um,
say? I can't help it.
it's just funny. All right. So the fairly old school song in its crazy to think could be considered old. Doesn't seem that old. Um, Song actually by Rihanna from her debut album. Um, Song is called "There's a Thug in My Life," and yeah, it wasn't a single, but I just like the song, and that's all I have.
You know what's wild? Very quickly, Rihanna came out with her debut album around the same time as Tierra Marie, and I
Yes.
could tell that there was they were really putting something behind those debut projects are actually really good. Tierra Marie and Rihanna, and but you know anyway, but yes, there's a thug in my life. Pretend that there would be one day there'll be a thug in my life, and it's funny how people grow. You grow in
Yeah.
your desire to change. You know, like
Yes.
it's cute when you're young to be like, there one day there'll be a thug in my life, and people will hate on him, but I love him anyway. But that'd be a topic for the show. Whatever. My older song is coming from fellow MS Warrior, and I am a diva fan of her, and it's another early 2000s song, which is interesting. Yeah, so we're keeping in the early 2000s today, but this single was released February 2001, which is the year we graduated high school. Represent, and I was still 17 at the time, and it's Mia's "Stranger in My House." Now, technically, the album was released in the year 2000, A New Day, but the single was released at the top of 2001. And her performance, live performance on the Apollo, oh my gosh. And the Apollo audience is tough. Like, I could talk about other things about the Apollo audience being tough, but the Apollo audience is tough and has booed actual signed artists before, but they actually roared with cheering for Tamia because she was just so amazing, and she was up there. She was just so cool, and it's like her amazing voice just comes out so naturally. It's not a struggle. It's there, and you remain the same. Anyway, anyway, but yes, it was that live performance on the Apollo. I love it. Anyway, so this week, what I would like us to do is give a special shout out, thank you to our listening family around the globe, and it's important to thank you all because we do appreciate your being there with us. So this is our time to give you that shout out. Shout out to Spain, thank you, and Mexico, thank you. Martinique, thank you. Belize, thank you. Vietnam, thank you. Hungary, thank you. Brazil, thank you. Germany, thank you. Belgium, thank you. Singapore, thank you. United States, thank you. We thank you all. Thank you for checking out and sticking with hashtag VersTEAv. We love you. Absolutely. Now, are we ready to get this show on the road, Basic Complexity?
Yeah.
Let's get this show on the road. And our first topic, hashtag VersTEAv186 hashtag EvenMoreLetters, at Paris Sachet on at Gay Magazine.
There's a lot of weird shit in the game. Listen, I don't even think it's enough letters. I think that's why there's a lot of people who say they're not gay because they don't have nothing to identify with. Like they just got what? LBGTQIA, right? I feel like they need to add more letters. Open up all the letters. Start with W, right? Like what if you just gay on the weekends? Like, what if you just gay? As soon as Monday come, you like, I don't play that shit, seriously? Nigga, that was that weekend shit. I don't do that. I don't represent everything.
All right. Yeah, after hearing this, it was just flat out hilarious. Now, I definitely, as far as the letters used, I really just remember, the all right, I'll just say the community, I'll leave it at that, being referred to as the alphabet mafia, which I thought was hilarious. And yeah, it's I just thought that was hilarious, saying the alphabet mafia instead of breaking it down by letters, just flat out that. And that's what I have.
Right. Yeah, our friend, Nigerian super producer Jay Papa actually referred to it as the Alphabet Mafia when he was with on the show. Okay, so my initial response to this is yes, I know it's a joke, but people, that's why we have so many letters, to be welcoming to many different people. And my connection is in my thought days or my sexual exploration days, I met a lot of W dudes. I'm just gay on the weekends. I'm done with that shit by Monday. But I did meet a lot of them. And a lot of them gave the whole I don't need to tell. I don't need to tell everything. I wrote it down, but I don't need to tell. I'm sorry. But I will say this. I do talk about my thought days, sexual exploration days a whole lot. And that was from age 19 to 22. But I seem to virtually leave out my prude days, which was from age 23 to 32. And I was not doing it with it during those days until I met who I thought was going to be my husband. And again, all right. Again, she just and all right, here he's coming back. He's coming back. Okay. Again, she jokes about there being so many letters, and there are people who dislike that we have so many letters, and people wish that we could get rid of labels altogether. And I get that. And in the meantime, I think it's a cool gesture to be welcoming. And we're welcoming you all. Come in. We're welcoming you. And it's kind of like my church. I always shout out my church. We are welcoming, open to people coming in. We will welcome you where you are, and it's all about love. It's about love, loving somebody, not like Candace Cameron Bure's love, not that kind of love. A lot of people talk about that kind of love, not that kind of love, but true love. And as the dude who was often the lonely kid coming up, me, I find value in efforts to be intentionally welcoming, because I was the dude who was often the lonely kid. Anyway, but yeah. Basic complexity, your 1 minute, and your 1 minute if you want it, followed by your one sentence.
All right. I would, probably just say it's the one sentence. I would say the additions or the addition of letters in the community is consistent. So I guess you say we are constantly growing.
All right. And my one sentence, I actually read it as my conclusion, but I can read it again. Sorry. As the dude who was often the lonely kid, I find value in people's efforts to be intentionally welcoming. I value stuff like that. And that's it for me. All right. So, are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Hashtag VersTEAv186B. Hashtag HurtPeople. At Gay Magazine.
There was a shooting involving multiple people,
Right.
And then later on going to find it's a gay bar.
Yeah, right. And
I was like, oh my God, is he gay? As a scared, oh my God, shit, is he gay? And he's not gay, so it's
well, you guys had conversations about that. You were.
Oh yeah,
you told him. Yeah, you were adamant that gay is bad.
I'm a Mormon. I'm a conservative Republican, and we don't do gay. We don't do gay.
Yeah.
I can't get answers from the attorneys really, but they're saying that some of these, it's involving a gay bar or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the heck you did if you have a gay bar. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he's accused of going on a mass shooting at a gay bar and killing 5 people.
Colorado.
Okay, well, that's shit. If he's accused of doing that, I'm surprised he's not gay. I say that, but he's not gay. I love my son no matter what. I love my son.
Until 6 months ago, Aaron Brink thought his son had committed suicide.
I thought he was dead. I mourned his loss.
He says his ex-wife had called him from Colorado in 2016 to tell him their son, Nicholas Brink, had changed his name to Anderson Aldrich and then killed himself.
Do you have any idea why he changed his name?
Yes. His mother told me he changed his name because I was on intervention and I've been a porno actor.
You heard correctly. At the time, Brink was acting in Los Angeles in porno movies. For 6 years, he thought his son was dead until Aldrich called him out of the blue last year and started arguing with him over the phone.
He's pissed off. He's pissed off at me. He wants to poke at the old man.
Fast forward to 2 days ago, Brink got a call from his son's defense attorneys telling him Aldrich was involved in a shooting at an...
All right. So last week I did also forget to start the timer. Let me go ahead and start it now. Last week I gave a kind of bluesy joke that that murdering MFer might have been on a rampage looking for his ex in the gay club because he was gay. But now, after seeing all of this stuff, I actually kind of genuinely believe the dude is gay. That's my personal belief, and I believe he is a violently self-hating gay. And as much as I despise giving murderous bums like him a backstory, which is exactly what everything is doing, I wanted to bring this up as a segue into a discussion. And oh yeah, by the way, he's still being called a suspect. He's being held in safekeeping until he can have a fair trial. Right. But I will say I wanted to speak on this for the sake of talking to extremely homophobic parents. F that. Not extremely homophobic parents. You need to stop it all. Homophobic parents, period. Dot at the end of the sentence. And how people will think that oh yes, FYI, no. It's the reason that other people come out gay is not because other parents neglected to raise their kids with enough homo hate to not be homosexual, but it's called nature, all right? Nature, it's natural. And if you're a child of an extremely homophobic parent, such as him, if your child is actually a part of that statistical minority and is naturally homosexual, your hate and homo hate and mean words about the community gives them just more life confusion and self-hate that they internalize, like that dude. And it could yield a suicide. It could yield homicides. You decide what you want. Or it could just have your child distance themselves from you. Basic complexity, I'll finish. Actually, yeah, I did. So it's just my one sentence now. You love and parent you. Anyway.
Okay. Well, from the very beginning, I really do not pay much attention to this guy because his main concern was that his son was not gay. He didn't care, or at least didn't show that he cared, that his son was basically a murderer. So his son not being gay was his main concern. That was so I really do not care whatever else he thinks. It's kind of pointless. And my one sentence.
Oh no! It's time for my one. If you
No,
were done with the
but
main part, I'll do
but
my.
go
Okay.
for it.
So my one sentence is: I know it's hard, especially when it's not your mindset. But parents, please raise your kids to know that everyone's life is valuable and worthy, including their own. That's my one sentence.
Uh, um. Okay. My, I guess one sentence or statement was that I just tuned him out. He showed absolutely no remorse for the people that his son killed. So he meant nothing to me.
I know that's right. That's position. That's position right there. You better tell him. All right. And our next topic is coming from DC. Hashtag VersTEAv186 hashtag AugustTruth, hashtag AugustAlsina, at Love Darren Fleet, at Durand Bernard, at Gay Magazine.
And then, what do you know? Love showed up. But in a new way. I want to share that and really honor the person that I love and that loved me back and teaching me so much about love and healing. I want to do that in front of the world because it defies all the constructs that one would say love is supposed to be or love should look like.
Oh, why y'all out here on Yolanda Adams' internet line on August Alsina? Y'all up here lying on this man talking about he done announced a boyfriend. Were we watching the same program? Because what I saw was him expressing how he has found love in a way that is helping him heal. And it's personal for him. Since when did finding love and healing become a homosexual thing? This man did not announce a boyfriend. He announced a new way of loving in his life. Which lets me know y'all motherfuckers don't know nothing about love and friendship. Y'all don't even know about the beauty and the art about falling in love with your friends. I mean, being in platonic love with another person or people to the point that you could weep at how much you love that person. You could weep at how much you are proud of them and how much you want better for them and how you want them to excel and to be happy and to...
Am I the only one that really don't care that these two like to sword fight in their spare time? No, I'm more concerned with every time I read up on August Alsina, it's always about a damn relationship. You don't do music no more. A mixtape or something, he always in a situation, ain't he? Then you just get yourself out in entanglement. And that ain't the part that behooved me. What behooved me was, after I saw these pictures floating around, I'm starting to question that little entanglement. I said, why would you really over there at them people's house? It don't look like you just had the hots for the wife do it. And these two look so damn much alike, I thought they was brothers. I thought that he had just found his long-lost sibling or something. I said, he had to go on the Y'all Fix My Life. If you wanted to date yourself or a look-alike, all you had to do was get a mirror. You would have saved money and us some time on reading these damn headlines. But I guess he loved that shit. Go on, August. The light-skinned lovers in the house.
Okay. So, yes, right? But both were actually hilarious, and I'm not. It still cracks me up when he says Yolanda Adams' internet, because when he first said it, I was like, "What? Did Yolanda Adams interview him or something?" And then I realized, oh, he's calling it Yolanda Adams' internet. Hilarious. And Darren Fleet, also in addition to Durand Bernard, is hilarious when he was like, you don't do music no more. You just do relationships on TV. Anyway, but yeah. Let me go ahead Yes. So my initial reaction was, honestly, I did not see it for AugustAlsina initially when he first came out. I didn't see his voice for looks before. I was like, okay, it's musical from New Orleans. I dig that. I did not see it for his looks at all. But now, oh my gosh, there must be something about crossing 30 that gives you that extra because yes. And it's kind of like I compare it to, ironically, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith. I did not see it for Will Smith when he was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I just did not. But now in his adulthood, yes. Okay. Anyway, but what I'm saying is maybe he's doing it as a stunt. Maybe he's a stunt queen, as some would say, and just trying to get people talking. But I feel that it's a worthwhile conversation. And just like in our Trevor Noah clip, hetero men don't get enough platonic man-to-man love without society questioning their sexuality, questioning their reality, and all of that because they have love with another man. It doesn't have to always be romantic love. And that's why, because when I first saw it and I saw that they just did a hug, I was like, where's the kiss? Y'all ain't talking about coming out without a kiss, are you? But it's platonic love. And I think it's beautiful that yes, maybe it's his boyfriend, but maybe it's just platonic love. And that's revolutionary and of its men being able to platonically love another man, hold another man, and maybe that's what he's talking about because he's been through a lot, and to have a man that can hold him and talk to him and listen to him cry and all of that stuff. Maybe that's what he means, and that's something that he loves. And society finally fully embracing man-to-man, hetero man-to-man platonic love is a beautiful thing. And it can have far-reaching effects beyond the connection. The man, I don't need to reiterate. Basic complexity.
All right. Okay. So with this, I want to make something very, very clear. And I am completely open to anyone pointing out when August specifically said that he was gay, because I never saw that. To the best of my knowledge, he never said it. Nor did he kiss the guy. So all that him coming out sounds like really just assumptions and no proof. And that's what I have.
I will take a 1 minute before my statement. It reminds me, well, I won't say exactly that, but I will say this. People will misconstrue somebody as being gay often. Now, granted, just like we were just talking about with all the letters in the community, you know, we welcome you. If you are, come on in, but don't come on in on a lie. You know, like if you are and you are now like, you know what, I want to live my truth, we welcome you. LGBTQIAP, all the alphabet mafia, right? Welcome you. We welcome you. If that's your truth. If your truth is a heterosexual man, that's your truth. We welcome that. Be an ally, okay? Anyway, but my one sentence is non-family, i.e., non-family, man-to-man platonic love is still new age and revolutionary. Sigh. But let's keep on pushing that ball forward, where man-to-man love, platonic love, can be something that goes along with a common thing. Basic complexity, your 1 minute and your one sentence.
Okay. You could tell someone that you love them without it being romantic. Prime example, all right, I have a younger godbrother, and whenever we speak on the phone, we always in the conversation with love you. I mean, I'm pretty sure I said it to my male best friend at least once. And it's just laying that out there. So it's no surprise, and it never should be. At least with my friends. And that's what I have.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. What's your one sentence? I'm sorry, I read my. You know, let me do my one sentence now, so it'll be in order when I edit the videos and everything. Okay. Non-family, man-to-man platonic love is still a revolutionary thing. But let's keep on pushing that ball forward. Basic complexity, what's your one sentence?
You could tell someone that you love them without it being romantic, just being platonic.
All right. And our closing topic is hashtag VersTEAv186D, hashtag StillDivorcePractice, at J Alderton, at Achieving Greatness Now.
For me, I don't want to fuck around, not at 40 years of age. I want to know what someone's intentions are. I want to know what someone's future is. I want to know what someone's next 10 years looks like. And if, say, a person thought that was a bit too kind of controlling and serious, that person can fuck off. Because life's too fucking short for games, especially as you get older.
The concept of what we call dating is honestly practicing divorce. It's like getting with people to then figure out if you kind of want to be with them, and then you get out of it. And then we're taught, like, as young people, like, try it as many times as you want to until you find the one. But what you've done is you've formed unknowingly a habit of getting into things and getting out of them.
Oh, wow, I've never heard anyone say that.
So what ends up happening is when you get into a marriage and you're like, they're better than everybody else, and oh my God, I love them, and they bought me the right ring, and you go all that other stuff. When it gets tough, you're like, the first reflex I know to do is get out of it.
Yeah.
Basic complexity.
Okay. Well, first off, I fully agree with the guy who more or less said that when you reach 40, life is too short for games. And yeah, as someone who isn't far from 40 at all, I can certainly say that I completely agree.
And that's it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. My initial response is I'm not a fan of. Wait, my initial response is I don't have time for children's games. Just like it's week. And while I don't like it when people put time requirements on romantic accomplishments, like by a certain age, I must be ... I must have this, that, and the third romantically by this age. I'm not a fan of that, but I am 39 years old, and I do want my one. I do want to have my one, and not because I'm 39, but because I feel ready, and I understand things that I didn't understand before. I understand them now. It took me a very long time, but I'm here. As for practicing divorce, wow, he is right. And we throw people away until it seems to work. We just cycle through, throw people away until it seems to work. And this was happening even before the internet. Like people talk about the internet, online dating makes it feel like you have infinite options. But even real world dating has people feeling like they can just cycle through. It's wrong, next, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know how to modify it though. Like maybe have more practice on conflict resolution with people at a young age. I don't know. But he is absolutely right. And that is certainly what I would do, throw people away in the dating thing if it's not 100% perfect, because it doesn't feel like it's what's meant to be if it's not 100% perfect. And maybe removing concepts like that from popular media. But people like seeing stuff like that, and that gets tickets sold. So I don't know. Basic complexity. What's your 1 minute followed by your one sentence?
Okay. Well, all right. I'll say the guy makes a very valid point when he says that dating is somewhat practicing for divorce in these days. Is kind of true. And speaking as a child of divorced parents, I can say I understand his point fully. And yeah.
My one sentence is I am not a fan of the romantic timeline requirement, but I feel I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot over the years. And Britney Spears, I think I'm ready now. I think I'm ready now. Anyway, do you know that song, Basic Complexity?
Off the top of my head, I don't think so.
Perhaps I should have delivered it with different accentuation. But it's when she said, I think I'm ready now. I think I'm ready now. Dun, 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 dun. Baby, can't you see? Oh, man. A guy like you should wear a warning. You're dangerous. I'm falling. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? It's so interesting. Reach the end of the show.
So,
Huh?
It sounds extremely familiar.
Toxic.
Thank you.
You're toxic. I'm slipping under.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a. Are we going to make this closing free topic about Britney Spears? Because I can. Like when Britney Spears came out, huh?
I said, let's go.
When Britney Spears first came out, and I've talked to Uber drivers and friends and just anybody who's willing to listen about this. Britney Spears actually used to sing her butt off when she first came out. She did. But and I get it, people develop a sound that works, and people sort of fall into having to maintain that sound. But when Britney Spears first came out, like one of my, and I believe I can classify this as one of my favorite songs ever from her first album, From the Bottom of My Broken Heart. You remember that song?
I definitely remember the name. I just can't remember how it goes.
From the bottom of my broken heart, there's just a thing or two I'd like you to know. You were my first love, you are my true love. From the first kiss, and even like her ability to go from chest voice into head voice, like she was doing it up back then. She was doing it up. Anyway, and even a lot of, I'll hold my peace on that. But yeah, to say she was doing a lot of good stuff. And on her second album, I remember when it first came out. Do you remember her second album?
What are the singles off of that album?
Oops, I did it again to your heart. Yeah, like wasn't she doing it up back then? Oh my God. And I still remember on back because making the MTV's making the video was popular back then, and that's something people used to do.
Right.
And I still remember the guy who directed it, whatever his name is, talking about that scene that Britney Spears did on her back with her skirt and her knees up and on the floor. Well, of course, she was on her back. And the camera came from above, and it was turning, and the director. And I get where Mad TV got their jokes from, but he was like, "This is the scene that all of the young boys in high school are gonna go crazy over." And I remember watching that, and I was watching him say that, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm really not a heterosexual man. I'm sorry, that doesn't do it for me." But I get it, y'all heterosexuals out there, because some heterosexuals listen to us too. Y'all heterosexuals, if that was doing it for you back in high school, way to go, you know? But that wasn't doing it for me. But another thing, I still remember, I don't know who was doing the background vocals, but one of Britney Spears' background vocals was background vocalists would always sing her butt off, and she'd have the higher note. And for example, with "Oops, I Did It Again," which starts off with "Oops, I did it again," like she would have the, and I would hear her screaming, and I'm like, yes. She'd be like, "Oops, I did it," and like she'd be way up there. Suffice it to say, my nose is getting a little stuffy as I go on. But yeah, Britney Spears was amazing. I used to call, and I hate to say was amazing. Like, I'm sure she could still do it if she wanted to. Her popular albums don't really show that. I think that she kind of did a little bit on the Britney Jean album. Do you remember that? Now this is getting real deep.
That I don't.
Yeah, that it wasn't a huge success, but it was one of her more recent albums. I would say like 2015. Echo. When did Britney Spears release the album Britney Jean?
Britney Jean by Britney Spears was released on November 29, 2013.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, 2013. But
absolutely happy to help.
Yeah. Anyway, but she was doing a different kind of singing on the. Oh, you might remember this. This was the single off that album. I think it was. You want a Maserati? You want a big body? You better work, bitch. Dun 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 dun. You don't remember "Work, Bitch"?
Yes.
Yes. You better work, bitch. But yeah, maybe I'll make a song from that album, my new song, new-ish song one day, because 2013 is new enough. But anyway, yeah. But sorry. Did you have anything extra you wanted to say, friend?
Nothing in particular.
All right. So yeah, Britney Spears. I did want to say this. Sorry. I used to playfully call her "Oops, I Did It Again" album her "I Can Hit the High E Above Middle C too" album, because Britney Spears came out with not "I'm Your Baby Tonight," "Hit Me Baby One More Time," "Baby One More Time." Then Aguilera came out with her album, I think it was self-titled. Maybe it was called
Yeah,
Reflection,
it
but I
was.
think it was self. Wait, tell me what?
The album was her debut album was self-titled.
Gotcha. Yeah, Reflection was on that album, and
Yeah,
everybody
Reflection
made a
was a song on the album, but it was also part of the soundtrack for, is it Mulan? I think.
Yep, Mulan.
Yeah.
And everybody made a big deal because she hit the high E above middle C. And everybody was like, yeah, Christina Aguilera can sing because she hit that high E above middle C. And that's the same note as something by Whitney Houston. And everybody loved it. And Britney Spears' next album, Oops, I Did It Again, I playfully call that her high E above middle C album because like every other song, she was belting that note. Like I can hit that too. It's not just her, but it was too far. I don't want to say it was too far gone, but people, even JC Chasez from NSYNC was like, back in the day, he's like, people are sleeping on Britney Spears' voice. Y'all need to not, we need to not sleep on Britney Spears' voice. She can actually sing. And she tried with that Oops, I Did It Again album. But the next album was I Know You Know, Your Fellow 83, baby. This was our heyday. Not our heyday, but yeah. This it was In the Zone was her fourth album, and In the Zone is what had Toxic. Her third album was
that third album.
It had the song I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman.
Well, what the heck? Alexa, what was Britney Spears' third album name?
Sure. Prime members now get more music with 100 million songs available in shuffle mode. Request any album you like, and I'll mix it in with similar music. Shuffling Britney, digital deluxe version by Britney Spears and similar tracks on Amazon Music.
Oh God. Alexa, stop. Alexa,
Wait a minute. No, that's it. No.
Alexa. Oh.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, volume 2. All right.
Yeah.
Alexa, off.
No, but that was correct. That was her third album. Her third album was entitled Britney, and that was from her third album.
Oh.
Because that was her duet with her. We're just about at an hour, so we don't have to go deep into it. But
Alexa, stop.
Her then boyfriend Justin Timberlake. Yeah. Those days. Last thing that I want to share about that album. So that album came out as I was entering freshman year in college, and I still remember I was so gay, but like not
low key.
Low key. That's a good way to put it. low key, because I remember in the dorm room singing that song, "I'm Not a Girl Yet Not Yet a Woman," to the top of my lungs, but I would sing it as "I'm not a boy, not yet a man," and that's what I would do at the top of my lungs in that dorm room. And my roommate was away, but I'm sure it still echoed through the halls. But Drew Hall represent everybody. Anybody who's gone to Howard knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, but yes. So, are we ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
This has been week 186. I'm Aaron Mack, and you are watching hashtag VersTEAv, listening to hashtag VersTEAv, hashtag VersTEAv. We're all over social media. I don't need to do the Ask Jeeves joke again, but we're all over social media. And I'm Aaron Mack. You can find me, Aaron Mack, at VersTEAv.com. That's AARONMCK at BersTEAv.com. And again, we're all over social media. Basic Complexity, where can we find you and email you?
Basic Complexity, aka Kevin. I could be found at Basic Complexity at VersTEAv.com. Also, and really just out of curiosity, I like the videos. I'm on TikTok also. Leave same name, Basic Complexity. Also on Instagram, same thing, Basic Complexity. And that Basic Complexity, it's like take two words, merge them together. Basic, BASIC, Complexity, COMPLEXITY.
All right now. And yes, very cool. You did say your TikTok was at My Basic Complexity, right?
No, I didn't. Thank you.
Okay.
Wait.
But yeah.
Yeah, because that I get confused with that. No, something is My Basic Complexity.
Yeah. And that's it.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's it, everybody.
I know that's right. You better be like, all right, let's cut it off anyway. But yeah, this has been week 186. We'll see verse T.